With the rise of the Roman Empire, the character of Hermes underwent a name change and became the Roman god Mercury. We seem to have almost forgotten the original association of Hermes or Mercury with biological reproduction, but the Romans certainly hadn't forgotten. This wall mural from Pompeii shows a Roman version of Mercury with the classic attribute that had been common in Greek art 500 years earlier. After the fall of Rome, the double helix artistic complex continued on its journey up through history, and it passed through the years of the European Dark Ages. When Gutenberg invented the mechanical printing press in the mid-1400s, print shops sprouted up all over Europe. The printing press was a new killer app, an unprecedented communications device. There and then, the double helix image came into wide popularity again. These are printer's marks from the front pages of books printed in various shops. But printers used it as a symbol of their trade because of the legendary role of Mercury or Hermes as the messenger of the gods. By the 1700s, the ancient one-snake, two-snake, double helix art complex from the sunrise of history had made the transition through history almost all the way to our own time. So the question is, what kind of coincidence is it that this artistic complex was used by people in a pre-scientific age to represent biological regeneration, health, longevity, and growth? Two different possible explanations come up. The duller one is that we're looking at a coincidence that occurred simply by random chance. No such dull explanations for us, though. Nothing so mundane. What we are proposing instead is that this coincidence between nucleic acids and Sumerian mysticism, and indeed the mysticism now of all human history, was deliberately caused by an operative who was among the Sumerians, an interloper from a more advanced civilization. There were no advanced human civilizations at the time. It follows logically, therefore, that the advanced operative must have been an alien, an extraterrestrial. Okay, references made to the website DNA4H2O.com. The 4 is the numeral 4. The idea that the DNA and RNA-related anachronisms are evidence of alien contact is part of a larger theory that's presented more fully on the website. There we argue the case for alien contact with different evidence. That other evidence comes in the form of cosmic anachronisms, chronological anomalies that involve images associated with astronomy. They are pictures not of the microscopic realm, but rather of the telescopic realm. A case in point is this cylinder seal, which shows a large central sun surrounded by a family of round planets. It was carved about 2350 BC, a time when people everywhere in the world believed the Earth to be flat, and a time long before mankind had developed a knowledge base that was required later in history to discover the facts of astronomy. We simply didn't have the wherewithal yet for the astronomical facts on display here to have been discovered by human ingenuity. The material evidence doesn't stand alone. It is indeed corroborated by what you might call, loosely speaking, testimonial evidence. If we turn to the Sumerians themselves to ask if they had any explanation for the appearance of advanced scientific concepts in their primitive society, it turns out that they did. They told a fascinating tale of peculiar intruders at the dawn of history. Sumerian accounts say that contact was made between some early communities of people living near the waterfront and a few intelligent, talkative creatures of a mixed anatomical type and amphibious behavior. This bit of text that you see here is only a small part of the story. The complete accounts are posted for you to read on the website, DNA4H2O.com. What's important at this moment is that the accounts tell us that the creatures taught highly developed and sophisticated information to the Sumerians. It's not out of the question that such aliens left a few scientific anachronisms in order to signal their presence on our planet to a future generation that was destined to develop science. The Sumerians wouldn't have been able to understand the scientific meaning. They wouldn't have been able to process the details, but they would have, through superstition and mysticism and religion, passed on, continued, and preserved the information. That's exactly the form in which we get it now. Making the case for extraterrestrial contact based on the DNA and RNA-related anachronisms is quite a different set of affairs than making the case on the basis of the astronomy-related